What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers, all the feedback, all the comments, all the likes. I'm just over here watching these videos. I don't know, man. I'm just over here watching these videos, and it just doesn't sound right. You know what I mean? You hear the stuff. I mean, golly, man, that's some wild stuff, man. I don't know how that guy's even allowed to be on YouTube with those rants. That is wild. I'm speechless. How can somebody so full of hate and not have no empathy for what the next man went through in prison? I'm just, watching these videos, and it's just like, man, that's some wild stuff what these characters be saying. Oh my. How is that possible? Man, that is some real hateful. Man, that's bad. You see, those ain't allegations. No wonder him and that one-armed bandit stick together. Birds of a feather flock together. And that's what you got right there. You got one protecting a deviant, promoting him. That guy should be held accountable for what he's doing. Spewing hatred, dividing. All for what? All for what? Ask yourself. Somebody that's a narcissist has no empathy. What's going on, young blood? I just wanted I was watching those videos, so I'm like, man, let me do a little quick live while I watch some of those videos. Man, I don't know how these guys can be on YouTube spewing all this hatred. I don't get that. Spewing nothing but hatred. And this is no allegations. Nobody's saying, hey, he's saying this or he done did that. No. These are all self-admitted words. He meant every single word that he said right there. Every single word. I had to turn off the TV, man. It's too much hatred for me. I had to turn off the TV. That's too much hatred and too much negativity spewing into this world. By a man that can't even hold himself accountable, let alone take care of his own seed. Because when the man got to lock you up for not being a provider, that's a shame. You get thrown into jail for not being a man. Some of us get caught up for, doing fucked up shit. But you You go to jail for not being a man, a provider. That's your badge of honor. Not being a provider, a racist. How do you look at yourself in the mirror and call yourself a father and a man? How can you guide your kids, your sons? How can you hold your head up high and call yourself a man? You're more like a human parasite that leeches on and clings on to their host. You suck them up dry and then you let them go. We seen what you did with Mark. You're trying to start other channels, start controversy. Y'all ain't about that, man. Easy, shook. Yeah, man. You're right about that, young blood. Them dudes, they rather not go to work for to avoid paying child support. By the time they finish, they're like, man, fuck, I might as well just not even go to work. By the time they deduct my taxes, my child support, I'm left with if a car payment. So they'd rather just not go to work and not provide. I don't know what's hey, but if you look on the Google News, them Detroit, man, it's bad, man. You got moms, you got dads neglecting their kids. You got them leaving them in abandoned homes for years. You got these kids freezing out there because their moms and dad. I don't know what Detroit. I'm telling you, it's that water, man. It has to be that water. It got everybody over there in Flint, Michigan reversed. They backwards. They're backwards. Instead of protecting and guiding the youth, man, they're taking them out. The people that are here to protect and guide them. Man, that Detroit, Flint, Michigan, man, they need to look into them people. That's bad. Recently, Detroit has been in the news for being neglect parents. Woman and man. National news. Flint, Michigan. Pontiac, Michigan. But it's all good and dandy when the income tax season hits, right? Y'all sure as hell claiming them kids in. But when they're out here, y'all ain't paying them no mind. You ain't guiding them. You ain't showing them no structure or morals. Give your kids back their phones, man. Stop being a troll. Give your kids back their phone. Let your kids enjoy their freedom. Let them be kids, man. You got them up in there working like a troll factory. You use your kids' accounts to troll. You're a coward. It has to be that. It has to be that water. I mean, cause shit. Look at the other Detroit clown he brought. His so-called shooter, the DoorDash driver, the nutty professor. Yeah, you're right about that, young blood. Cause you got dudes like Dantea glorifying it, idolizing it, instead of trying to maneuver the youth. Say, hey, look, you got guys like Mark out there waiting for you. It is not just one or two, it's 3 or 4 of these guys that are going to team up on you. They're going to cludge you out and they're going to take it. Help the youth to avoid making the same mistakes that many have made. But then you got this guy glorifying it, talking about fill up the laundry bag. And he ain't never filled up a laundry bag. It's like, how can I tell you how to fly an airplane and I ain't never been in the cockpit? It makes no sense. But you see, yeah, you're right about that, Texas made. What it is that it's a bunch of cowardice, subliminal messages, fake troll accounts. Oh yeah, he does, man. He got to be Ken. He got to be part of that community. He has to be, man. You know, allegations, allegations, allegations. You can call that guy a racist. Why? His own self-admission. He don't care what happens to the next race. He don't care what the black man does to a Mexican, a white, a Asian, a purple, a pink. He don't care. If that's not the true definition of a racist, and we're not talking about getting your shoe stepped on in prison. No, the most horrific things are happening to white men in prison. The most horrific, the worst crime a man and female can go through is being committed on them. And then when you got a joker saying, who cares what they do? Well, shit, their mothers do. Their family does. Their daughters, their sons, their fathers, their mothers, their grandparents, their uncles, their nephews, their nieces, cousins, friends, loved ones. They care. You might not care because you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. That's sad that you have kids, you have sons. That's how you can tell you've never been in the trenches. Because having kids, especially sons, you don't want to guide them that way. You want to tell them, hey, stick to the school, stick to the straight and narrow, heck everything else. But no. He wants to be talking about pushing blade, filling up laundry bags, painting these scenarios of him being a stomped down dude. And in reality, that dude would have been a boy. He would have been broken. He ain't got no heart. He ain't no leader. He's a follower. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's not, I mean, when majority of them are the ones doing it to you, you have no problem. You have to stick together. You cannot live by prison politics out in society. Prison is segregated by race anywhere you go. But like I said, I don't function by prison or street politics. I function by what's right and what's wrong. And when you got characters saying, We don't care what happens to the next man. Well, you know what? There is a lot of people that do care of what happens to the next man. We care because we have heart and empathy and sympathy for what the next man is going through. I don't know what type of man gets pleasure from hearing another man cry or plead for help. What is that? Yeah, man. Promoting, protecting, doxing, threatening people. All for what? For a guy that his own family don't even want nothing to do with him? His own dad said it would have been worse than what it is now. So if his own family ain't fucking with him, and now you got this school little yellow school bus rider with the helmet, because he likes to bang his head on the window. He's a clown. Yeah, I'll probably do that, man. You know, I'll probably put it on my TV and I'll do the live and the background, whatever's there is there. You know what I mean? Hey. Yeah, man. See, Youngblood has been there, man. He's heard. I mean, the stuff that goes on, you can't just go in there and say, "Hey, man, stop doing that." No, because that guy, you can only save him so far. You can try to guide him. Say, don't get yourself in debt. Don't run up no drug debt. Don't gamble. You can only guide him so much, but at the end of the day, it's going to be up to him if he's going to follow your guidance. Now, once he doesn't follow your guidance and he's in it, there really too much you can do. But watch and wait to what plays out. That's it. It's messed up, man. This guy wants people to stop talking about him. But what about the people that were pleading with him, begging him, crying? Please don't do this. Come on, man. Let me make it. The guy was hiding behind God. And you thought yourself bigger than God and said, nah, you're going to come worship me. That's what you basically did. You went against God. Because if that guy was trying to hide and protect under God, then you should have let him be. You should have let that man be. You know, you got guys eating Snickers out of Snickers that's some deviant stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, just imagine hearing somebody going through it, knowing that you can't do nothing. That's some wild stuff, man. That's like a wounded animal on the road. That's foul, man. That's psychological torture to the person that's hearing it as the one that's getting it done to. Because you feel some type of way. You're like, man, fuck. Should I step in or should I not? But the politics of the environment don't allow you to do that. But you see, we're out here in the free world. And we don't have to abide by those street politics or those prison politics. We got to abide by the law-abiding citizens. Next door neighbors. You see something going on in your community, you call the cops, say, hey, man, there's a guy walking around. He looks suspicious. He might not break into your house, but you might prevent him from breaking into another neighbor's house. It's called being human. Having love for one another. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. I don't know where this world has come to the point that it is. It seems like everything's backwards. The real is frowned upon, and the fake are idolized and glorified. These personas, these characters. Yeah, man. It's because this world, there's a lot of people that still stuck into that street politics and prison politics. Man, we're out here in this free world. We should all be living law-abiding citizens, man. You see something, you say something, man. It's just human nature. I don't get it with these guys. They promote deviancy, hatred, and that don't help nobody. Who does that help? Who does that help? All we're doing is creating future problems. That's it. Instead of saying, you know what? I did all that shit, man. I did all that. But that's not me. I'm not, y'all can judge me for what I did in the past, man, but that's not me, man. No. Nobody wants to be held accountable for their actions. Nobody. It's like, you have to be a man and face the music. Be a man. Face your wrong. Apologize and move on. That's it. Take your licking, lick your wounds, move on. But all that extra, all it does is motivate me. All it does is motivation. All it does is motivate me. It's like this is like my new medication. I be feeling down. My body, I be wanting to go to sleep. But this is just like adrenaline. It gets me amped and going. It's like a medication. It's like a shot of adrenaline. It gets me going. Yeah, you're right about that. And hide your chickens. Don't forget about the chickens. Hashtag save chickens. Yeah, they should, man. In Texas, they do. In Texas, they were. That's what I don't understand, man. That in Texas, they were saying that after you catch your third jack case, they make you register as offender. I don't know if it was true, but they were saying that in Texas, that after the third time you catch that jack case, they start writing you up for indecent exposure at free world charge. What's going on, Big Huntsville? Yeah, man. That's why, like, young blood. Ever since you came in my path, man, it's like spiritually, man, with with that Psalm 59. That's like that's like gold, man. Every time I read those verses, man, this adrenaline that I feel once I read those verses over and over, man, it calms me down. It's like it's a peace of mind. So that's why I'm thankful for young blood to be in my life. God placed him in my life because God puts people to better you. He said, "This man losing." What a day! No, man. See, you got to expose them. You got to expose them. Bring attention and awareness. Just imagine if I would have never popped up onto the scene. Mark right now would be smelling like a dozen roses. That guy would have said, "Oh man, we got merch, we got hoodies, we got shirts, we got beanies, we got hats, we got it all. Two handfuls, gotta get right. I gotta get my due or grease them up or period." All these things from a sexual deviant would have been put on merch. How much of a promoter, man? Hey, he's right. You're right, young blood, because he said that from the very beginning. He's like, man, this is like David and Goliath. This is like David and Goliath. I'm like, man, you're speaking everything into existence, man. No, hey, Mark's the poster boy, man. Mark is the poster boy. He is the poster boy. You know, he's the poster boy. He's the poster boy for Alabama. Even though there might be worser ones, hey, he's the poster boy. And this is his own doing. Rightfully his own doing. Yeah, you can see it, man. Yeah, he is. He is. It's eating him inside. Are you saying mass deport? Pete Diller? I'm gonna work on that video, see if I can upload it, the whole thing, and I can blur it out, and we go from there. I'll do another little quick live right now. You know, it's gonna be marathons. It's gonna be marathons. You know, I don't get tired of talking nonsense. I can talk nonsense all day long. I can talk to myself. I can talk to this phone. Hey, it's nonsense. Anybody? Nah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we got other stuff, man, but he's still on there, man. As long as he's on YouTube, he's the content. Now, if he gets off YouTube, then I got no choice but to stop talking about the guy. But as long as that guy's on YouTube, he is content. He don't want nobody to talk to him. Get off YouTube. Get off YouTube. Yeah, I am, bro. I'm gonna do the audio. But he can't sue, man, because all those pictures are public information, and nobody's saying nothing about that guy, Chris. I could care less. If he leaves YouTube, then there's no more content. But as long as he's on YouTube, he's going to be the content. Hey, you right about that, man. Put it out there. Be on the lookout. Nah, you can't. I'm not saying nothing that's I mean, we have opinions. It's my opinion. I'm not, what I mean, it's like it is what it is. Big Mama Herc. Yeah, it's too much. I mean, it's okay with prison stories, man. People come on here and tell their stories to help the next man. But to tell stories to glorify what you did and idolize it and give the kids excitement and ideas of what to do, no, man, that's not the idea. The idea is to tell them your story, what you learn from it, how to prevent the next man from going through your mistake. Letting other people learn from our mistakes and others. Why? If we know, don't touch that. Like you tell your little kid, don't touch the iron, and he touches it. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like, hey, happy birthday, Larry Bird. Happy birthday, Larry Bird. Hopefully you have a good one, man, and enjoy it. Have your free brewskis. Spend time with your loved ones and have a few laughs, man. There ain't nothing wrong with the few laughs. Cause that's all it is. I mean, I woke up, man, with like the devil inside of me, man. I woke up like bloodthirsty, like, but then I started, read a verse, and I'm like, man, you gotta calm down, man. It ain't that serious. You know what I mean? You're letting these guys get the best out of you. They want you to lose your composure. Yes, you're right about that, young blood. That's bad, man. I'll be back here in a little bit, y'all. And happy birthday, Larry. Enjoy your day.